We're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Is the lighting okay? The lighting's fine. I'm recording this during the total solar eclipse. I don't know if that's a good idea. Is that a good idea? It feels right. It feels like new good things. It might get darker, honestly. Like, we'll see. It's fine. Okay. This is so weird. I just have to be myself. I just want to be myself, but talking by myself feels so weird, you know? Hello from the studio and welcome to my little corner of the internet. I'm Lindsay Cherrick-Weller and I am a professional artist. And it's about time I start sharing some long-form content. I'm grateful you're here. This is a new endeavor where we'll be digging into the details of my life as an artist, have some fun conversations with other creative friends, and share insight on many topics from queer history to capitalism to the art world. I'm going to do my best to share resources and always cite my sources when making a video, so you'll be able to find those things down below. But I need you to know I've never done anything like this. Unless you consider my TikTok like this. But I'm hoping that you can also help me navigate this and shape this into a channel that feels good for both of us. Cool? Cool. Okay, I'm going to give you a little introduction on me. Here's the synopsis of my entire life story. Just kidding, the important parts. Let's get into it. I'm Lindsay, I use they, them, and she, her pronouns, and I am from a teeny tiny town in rural central Wisconsin. I grew up in a working class family with close to zero exposure to the art world, but I always knew I was an artist. I've been drawing and painting since I could hold a pencil. At the end of high school, with the support of my amazing art teacher, we need art teachers, by the way, they're literal angels, I had the confidence to find my way to the art world. So I found the best public university for fine art in my state, which was the University of Wisconsin-Stout, and I attended university there, where I now hold my BFA from that took a decade to receive. Content warning, I'm about to talk about mental health struggles and eating disorders, okay? After 4.5 years of college, I was struggling with my mental health and surviving trauma due to homophobia and transphobia. And I was incredibly impoverished to the point where I could not afford to buy food and go grocery shopping. So I developed a trauma-induced eating disorder and my health declined so much that I almost died. Not fun. At that point, I dropped out and I focused on recovery. And what that looked like for me was moving to a nearby community where I got a stable job at a print shop. And I was able to make enough money to live and eat and heal. Once I felt healthy again, I restructured my life to focus on art. That took about 3 years, but in 2019, I decided to leave my job and pursue art full time once I made the drastic change to move to the small community in Red Wing, and I found my studio. Once I was here and healthy again, I decided to return to Stout to finish my degree, and I officially graduated with my BFA in painting in 2022. Woo! During my time in college, early in my college career, it was sophomore year, I took a semester to study in Southern California. That is a dramatic story in and of itself that we can discuss at a different time, but this experience shaped my foundation for my art practice now, and it gave me the knowledge and context for the paintings that I create. I researched art history, feminist theory, queer theory, and I even published my research on the intersections of these things. And so, over the last decade, I have been furthering my research and implementing these thoughts, feelings, and ideas about these topics into my paintings. Finding the studio completely changed my life and my practice as well. The organization where I rent my studio also has 3 galleries, open studio tours, and an artist residency program where I get to network with other professional creatives. Essentially, my studio is located in an area where people go to retreat. And so I get to live in that energy all the time. I'm a major advocate for rural queer artists, and a lot of my work centers that experience. You do not need to move to a big city like New York City or Los Angeles to find success. Don't get me wrong, I love New York City and LA, and I visit there as often as I can. But I have found that I need solitude and stability in order to maintain my practice as an artist. I'm also still a short trip away from the Twin Cities where I can go to art museums and galleries if I ever need a research day. But the peace that I found in this tiny town and being able to focus on my art has quite literally changed my life, and I have never been happier or healthier. Now I'm going to read you my artist statement so that you have an idea of what I make art about. Here it is. I am a queer, non-binary artist based in the rural Midwest in the small town of Red Wing, Minnesota, where I've maintained my own painting studio at the Anderson Center for the past 4 years. I operate my own business as a full-time artist and have partnered with Urban Outfitters, CB2, Paramount Pictures, and more. I have my BFA in painting from the University of Wisconsin-Stout and have experienced exhibiting my work around the US, including in Los Angeles, New York City, and Minneapolis. Recent exhibitions include In Plain Sight in Breckenridge, Colorado, and Art Basel, Miami. I have been awarded grants from the Minnesota State Arts Board, P-Fund, and Forecast Public Art. I am a painter, and I paint to create a queer, non-binary world where pleasure can be experienced beyond what capitalism allows. Through still life and portrait paintings, I center queer, non-binary ideas, explore pleasure and joy, and embrace play through color and mark making. My paintings of everyday objects function like culturescapes, capturing queer life in real time. A lot of my work focuses on creating a kind of blueprint for the community-focused world that I want to live in. I often say that my work centers pleasure and joy beyond what capitalism allows because systems like capitalism rely on hyper-individualism, isolation, and binary ideas like gender to function. I want my work to show us the infinite alternative possibilities of real futures where rural queer communities can thrive, while also archiving our existence in the present moment. I feel that my role in this rural community and the world has been to lead as an example of what a young queer artist can look like in a rural landscape. I want to inspire people here and beyond to live their truths and achieve their dreams. Small town does not mean small-minded, and I will spend my life living as an example of what it can look like to be queer, trans, non-binary, and still find safety, abundance, and joy. We have always existed in rural landscapes, and my work will document that truth and that joy in history. So that's a little bit about me. Now I want to hear from you. Leave me a comment about who you are, where you're from, and what kind of art you're into. And let me know if there's any certain topic that you'd want to hear discussed on this channel. I'll do my best to make it happen. If you like this first episode, please hit the good buttons and subscribe. And if you're an artist, I already have another video up about pricing your art. I know it's a challenge, and I just found this new pricing model, and so I'm going to explain a little bit more about that in the next video. Again, thanks for being here. Endlessly grateful for you. Okay, love you, bye.